Hi, I'm Erin. I was the musical director of Aquapella between 2017 and 2019. I did most of our arranging in that time. I've been in the UK acapella world for like 6 years now. Absolutely love it. And I've done some work with other groups in the US and the UK. And I'm so excited to be sharing my top 5 creative tips for mixed arranging. So I have a video on technical tips. This one's a little bit more conceptual, a little bit more from the heart. And it's things that I wish I'd known when I started out. So I hope you enjoy. Small disclaimer that any arranger is going to have very, very different tips and it's all very subjective. So take everything with a pinch of salt. My first tip is to not be influenced. You should be inspired by what's going on in the community. You should be appreciative of what other people are doing. You should be able to say, that's amazing, you've done so well. We really loved that arrangement. We really loved that choreography. Don't let that impact your direction. Don't let that impact your group. Don't let that impact your arranging. As a society or as a sort of group in the UK, this sort of a cappella scene, we've all tried to sort of catch up to this very American style, which is like these big pop songs. They have big build-ups, massive drops. They're all angsty and emotional. I think we need to take it back a step, and I think we need to have courage in our own convictions. And rather than saying, this group are successful and they did this, so we must do this to be successful, just say we need to be ourselves and we need to play to our own strengths to be successful. So I think that's one of my sort of gold star rules, is to appreciate other groups, to look at their work, to have a real sense of, wow, you're incredible, we're going to do our own thing. And I think that's a real key to success when it comes to arranging, because it's so easy to fall into the trap of wanting those big nor'easters arrangements. And if you're starting out, I'm so sorry, but you're just not going to be able to write something like that in the first place. I couldn't write something like that even after 6 or 7 years of arranging. So stick to your guns and don't get too influenced. My second point really ties into that, which is to basically just stop overcomplicating things. I think mashups are kind of dead now, if I'm honest. They're really, really hard to do because they don't make sense. To put it simply, like picking 2 random songs that complement each other, that work vocally, that you're not sort of shoehorning them into each other, is really, really difficult. 2 good examples would be the Bristol Suspension's Magic and All the King's Men Midnight. They were sort of my generation and I always thought that they were stunning. But mashups generally can be very, very pedestrian and also like overcomplicating. So not only overcomplicating in terms of the structure of your arrangement, so mashing up songs together, but also overcomplicating in terms of how many voices and how many parts you're putting in. I'd say always take a step back. It just doesn't need as many parts as you think it does to be impactful. And I think the key point is always ask yourself with any decision when you're arranging is, does this support or does it distract? That's my golden rule. If it doesn't need to be there, take it out. Just because you have an alto that can sing does not mean she needs to sing in the first verse or the first chorus, or in fact at all. No, but what I mean is that just don't make something a 6-part arrangement for the sake of it being a 6-part arrangement. Keep it simple. When it comes to writing backing parts, this is often where we can make things complicated unnecessarily. Try hear it in your head first. So listen to the song and really get into the zone with it and think about where you can hear those little moments in the backing sort of cutting through. Of course, this is the type of arrangement where you would have a solo and a bass. Whereas if you're writing like a 3-part folk song, then you wouldn't necessarily need to. So I would say with your backing parts, just be very, very intentional with what you do with them. My 4th part is to use your syllables really, really carefully. So avoid jins and jahs and, harsh things that are going to distract. Use natural sounds, so ums, hums, oohs, ahs, and ohs. those usually work really nicely. And also you can build those up. So without increasing the volume, if you go from an to an ah, you're automatically lifting the energy, you're automatically lifting the volume without physically having to increase the dynamic. Fifth tip is about song choice. The first thing is, when it comes to song choice, we are all under this pop bubble. It's very, very poppy. Some people have done really good rock songs that I can think about, you know, a couple indie tracks and stuff like that. Generally, we're all doing sort of pop arrangements. So you've got your solo and your bass and VP. I would say try think outside the box. Maybe bring in a few choral exercises if you can. Try write something in that style. Try write something in a sort of jazz style. Expand your horizons. Move away if you can from the sort of very mainstream pop centric. You will get a lot of value out of trying those different things. And also when picking a song, always have your audience in mind. Who's going to be listening to this? Are you performing it solely to other groups? Probably not. You're performing it to, you know, your aunt who's going to be at one of your concerts, to your flatmates who are coming to your next gig or whatever. They want to hear songs that they know. That's when an audience get excited and they're like, oh my God, I know this song. I love this song. So I would say, as much as it is fun to do really sort of wacky songs that no one knows but you, and I've certainly done that before, and it is fun, I'd say just really, really have your audience in mind. What's going to thrill them? What's going to excite them? Usually it isn't some like completely random record. And I'd also say, don't be precious about your song choices. I know arrangers, myself included, can get very defensive about where the song choice is coming from. But if I look at Tell Us, our album that came out a few years ago, every single song, nearly every single song, I can attribute to someone else saying this would be a sick arrangement and me being like, can I arrange it? And I think there's something really, really nice about that. But I have seen other people get very, you know, it has to be my own choice, it has to be a song that I like, that I'm coming up with. Take inspiration from everywhere. Let those songs come to you naturally, and don't get too sort of about it. I don't know if that makes sense, but I hope that it does. Anyway, that's it from me. Those are my top 5 tips. I have loads and loads and loads of other tips. So if you want to chat to me anymore, or if you want some feedback on an arrangement, I would be more than happy to have a look, have a listen, and to help you out as best I can. I hope that was helpful. I hope, I don't know. But yes, good luck. And the main thing is to just get it done. Just get it done. Don't leave your arrangements unfinished. Put in the time, put in the work. You will get better. Doesn't come easily. You know, good things never come easily. You have to keep working at it. And it should be really enjoyable. It'll be difficult, but enjoyable. So good luck, and give me a shout if you need any help. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.